India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman tabled the Economic Survey 2024 in the Parliament today. The survey projected India's real GDP growth to 6.5 to 7%. It said that in the last financial year it grew by 8.2%. That's the 23-24 financial year, exceeding the 8% mark in 3 out of 4 quarters of financial year 24.
Sir, with your permission, I rise to lay on the table a copy each of the following papers, both in Hindi and English versions. Economic Survey 23-24, Economic Survey 23-24 Statistical Appendix.
Global economic growth has been 3.2% in 2023 as per the April World Economic Outlook. Diverging growth patterns have emerged among countries. The gross fixed capital formation increased by 9% in real terms in 2023-24 after averaging 6.7% in FY23. Retail inflation declined to 5.4% in financial year 24. In India, consumer goods and services faced price hikes due to international conflicts and adverse weather conditions impacting food costs. Prospects for continued growth, strong growth in financial year 25 beyond look good, subject to geopolitical, financial market and climatic risks. Double-digit and broad-based growth in bank credit, gross and net non-performing assets at multi-year lows, and improvement in bank asset quality highlight the government's commitment to a healthy and stable banking sector. Retail inflation stayed low in FY24. In response to rising inflationary pressure, the RBI has increased the repo rate gradually by 250 basis points since May 2022. Consequently, the core inflation declined by around 4 percentage points between April 2022 and June 2024. Food inflation stood at 6.6% in financial year 23 and increased to 7.5% in financial year 24 due to extreme weather events, depleted reservoirs and crop damage. In financial year 24, most states and union territories witnessed decreased inflation rates, with 29 out of the 36 recording rates below 6%. That's consistent with the overall decline in the All India average retail inflation compared to the last year. The RBI projects inflation to fall to 4.5% in financial year 25 and 4.1% in financial year 26, assuming, of course, normal monsoon and no external or policy shocks. Similarly, the IMF forecasts inflation at 4.6% in 2024 and 4.2% in 2025 for India. Further, the World Bank predicts declining global commodity prices in 24 and 25. India's rank in the World Bank's Logistics Performance Index improved by 6 places from 44th in 2018 to 38th in 2023 out of the 139 countries. India's services exports grew by 4.9% to $341.1 billion in FY24. At the end of March 2024, India's forex reserves were sufficient to cover more than 10 months of its projected imports for FY25 and 98% of its external debt. The growth strategy for Amrit Kal is predicated on 6 key areas. That's investment, MSMEs, agriculture and financing green transition, education, sustaining and accelerating India's progress. Indian labor market indicators have improved in the last 6 years, with the unemployment rate declining to 3.2% in 22-23. Economic growth of 8.2% in 24 was supported by an industrial growth rate of 9.5%. Services sector continues to significantly contribute to India's growth, accounting for about 55% of the total size of the economy in 24. The Indian e-commerce industry is expected to cross $350 billion by 2030. And I'm joined by my colleague Debyendu Mondal, who joins us from the Parliament. Debyendu, what is the reaction to the economic survey that was tabled in the Parliament by various parliamentarians that you've spoken to till now?
Amrit, obviously all the elected parliamentarians from the BJP is of course saying that the government's Amrit Kal, the government's direction towards Amrit Kal and the growth towards becoming the third largest economy by the end of the next 5 years. This economic survey perhaps is giving a sense as to how the government has been performing over the last couple of years, as well as what the government entails to do in the next coming years. Amrit, I was going through some of the fine print of the economic survey, and as we were also showing it to our viewers, the government's commitment towards the skill sector, towards the agriculture sector, towards the MSME sector, and towards job creation seems to be highlighted in the economic survey. The government also perhaps believes, is what we are also picking up from various party leaders that we have been talking throughout the day, is that the government is committed towards employment, generation of employment, bringing of manufacturing sector into India over the next couple of years, because that's only how the jobs could be created in India. And the government's focus on skill development of the youth of the country so that they become highly employable. So, of course, these are some of the sectors that the government would focus over the next couple of years. The government would also focus on the energy transition, which also finds a mention in the economic survey. But apart from this, Amrit, tomorrow the budget will perhaps give an outlay as to what the government is expecting to do over the next couple of years, and it would perhaps give a sense of direction towards the government's developmental projects that the government is likely to take up till the next over the next 5 years. So of course, the opposition will criticize because they say that's their job. But if you're talking to independent economists, so of course, they say that the government is perhaps on the right track to create a robust economy. The inflation is likely also to come down in the next couple of months, given that monsoon is going pretty well. Also, that the global oil prices have come down. We have seen the reduction in the prices of LPG as well as petrol and diesel, which is also one of the key factors of specifically when it comes to food inflation. But the government do say that yes, food inflation is a matter of concern, and there are certain external factors that are related to the food inflation that is currently being witnessed across the country. But of course, the government is working towards bringing down that by taking some concrete measures, and we'll see some of them coming through likely in the budget tomorrow.
All right. Debyendu, many thanks for joining us for the moment and giving us that update.